live. Are we live?
Live.
I think we're live. Live from ISO Radio Studio in partnership with Balance Containers at Toronto Stack Market. Welcome to the Q&A show as part of the Book Club Toronto community. My name is Justin Bayat, and to the right of me, as always, the big homie Adrian Lane.
Hey guys,
Hey, how are you?
chilling.
Good. Are you ready to get into it?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Yes. Another episode, another Sunday. Welcome to the Q&A show with Book Club Toronto. My name is Justin Bayat. Adrian, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm chilling. It's nice outside.
Yeah.
It's also February, so it's giving global warming, but it's what it is, I guess.
I feel you. I want to wish you a well Black History Month.
Thank you. I appreciate it, ally.
Thank you.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. Yeah, I try. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I want
we're
to get
gonna
into
try.
it, but yeah, I am.
As long as we're trying, it's always important to try.
Always. It was not a fad. It was never a fad. I'll tell you that much.
No. And yeah,
Never.
it actually is Black History Month, which is cool. You know, it's interesting. Like, I didn't really watch any like MLK speeches this month, but more so took time to reflect, I think, and like why these kind of months are important. Because there's like there's like the cynicism that comes in where it's like, oh, like it's just a month, or like, oh, like people don't, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I was thinking one day as I was like playing some Lana Del Rey that these kind of like cultural months of focus
Yeah.
are a great way to get to know each other and like commune with each other, especially in cities where there's a bunch of different types of people. So I think these months are always important for us to take some time to read the MLK speech and be like, oh, that was really important. You know what I mean? Or to read about like great Canadian Black folk and be like, wow,
I feel you.
It's nice.
I'm treading softly here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
I
don't
feel
wanna
that.
slip up and say the wrong thing.
Yeah, I know you can't. Yo,
Not that I would.
it's
I'm
wild
just
out here.
saying.
Yeah, be careful, dog.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but I respect you.
Yeah.
And I see you.
Thank
and I
you.
hear you.
I appreciate it. I feel respected and seen. I appreciate that. Thank you. So on the note of Black things,
Yep.
I'm wearing a hoodie that's all black. And I
Yeah.
have pants that are all black.
I want to jump in so bad.
And
I don't know how.
our guests are all black.
Yes, that's one thing for
Woo!
sure.
Yes.
That's one thing for sure. I want to introduce our guests
Yes.
very quickly, who are people that we're definitely going to get to know more throughout the show. Shout out to our guest today. We have Camille Leon on the show. How you doing, Camille?
Oh.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Is it... I keep on calling you Janelle. I'm switching between Janelle and Camille. What do you prefer?
It's kind of both and neither at the same time.
I like that. I feel that. And we have in studio ISO legend, actually. Strictly Steel. Pick up Strictly Steel. What you saying, sir?
Wagwan, everybody. What you
Ting, ting.
saying? It was nice to meet you guys, like, finally together, right?
I know.
This is sick. Thanks
Long
for
time
having me.
coming. We have so many talented people here at ISO. That's the thing. So, as much as we can to shed light on people like yourself that have shows within the community is definitely something that we're trying to do as much as possible. But yeah, we're happy to have you and Camille on the show as well. Very quickly, to kind of warm the room up, the Grammys were this month. Is that a big deal in 2023?
It's interesting. I was watching a podcast and they were talking about it. I think it's the one with the Apple Music podcast with Low on there and those folks. Yeah, so I was watching that podcast and they made a good point about like, although like culturally the Grammys isn't always a good measure on culture, especially culture regarding like hip hop, like R&B, any ethnic music. Typically, they kind of get a little off, but it is like a moment of accolades for good music. And so it's like we could at least be like, all right, like that's interesting. I could tap into that. Some folks with some form of skill over a tenure of time is picking music that they like. So like we could like give that a nod and not really, and know that there are flaws with that, but still be able to be like, okay, fine.
Yeah, I guess they're not gonna ever get it perfect. It'll never be perfect. I think there's always progress every year, and to that point, I think it's still necessary in the sense of like celebrating music, period, regardless of genre. You know what I mean? I think a big part of it is music and the inclusivity of all kinds of music. I think is super important. And, one thing that I'm in favor of is like documenting these type of things. So I mean, if they're not documenting all of the music, then they're not doing a good job. But it seems to me like there's progress at least.
Yeah, it seems like they're getting like a few things. Like you're like, okay, cool. Like, all right, Lizzo, do your thing. Great speech. A lot of like Black Women Won, which like I'm with that because they be like pretty much making music since the beginning of time. So it's like it's nice to see that. There was a lot of. It's sick to see Beyonce get the most Grammys ever, which is like really dope and well deserved, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But she did not get the album of the year, which has been a bit of an upset. Who got it? Was it Harry Styles? He got that album?
Did you guys listen to the album at all?
The Harry Styles album? I did.
Was it good?
It was not his best album.
Oh damn!
So you listened to
Controversial.
multiple then? You said
Oh
not
yeah,
bad.
I'm low key a One Direction fan, and
Okay,
I listen to
really?
everything Harry Styles. I think he makes really good music. I think
Yeah.
probably Beyonce should have won that one. Probably.
What I heard somewhere was, I think it was like CBC Radio. They were interviewing fans that were going to the Harry Styles show, and one girl said she was very happy to be living in the Harry Styles era. I don't know. I took it for what it was. I don't have an opinion because I didn't listen to the album. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Harry Styles era of music.
The
Well, let's
faces of
go.
people in the room. Oh my god.
What? Look, big up to Harry Styles. I like his swag and I like his art direction.
I like
And
it.
with that, I might bust in the tune heavy every day. Definitely not. But there are a good 1-2 off that last album he had, like with that shirt on the cover. He had a cool shirt on the cover.
The Fine
rhythms
Line
out there.
album, right?
1-2,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
1-2 tune. I was like, okay, let's go. So he's clearly talented, clearly like a high level performer. But yeah, Beyonce is, goated at this point.
But I think we also forget that the Grammys is like, it's very North American centric too, right?
Right.
Like Bad Bunny, there's like a whole bunch of artists outside of like North America that are huge. They don't need to come here. It's only they're kind of doing us a favor. Like, yeah, we'll come and do a little tour and showcase. Like, yeah,
Coming from the UK, do you follow the Brits?
I do. Yeah, I try to anyway. Like, it's I usually just watch it for the performances, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm actually the same. I think they do a really good job of even the the pre-show performances are really good. They did a really good one in pandemic when no one could get together. I remember that, but that was a big deal. So in sum, it sounds to me like the Grammys are a no. Are we a nay?
Grammys are like I'm looking forward to seeing about what happened the next day. Like, okay,
Yeah, the highlight reel.
I want to
The
see,
highlights.
I want to see who got what. I want to see some of the speeches. I want to see some of the looks there. But I'm not like at home like, man, let's get this popcorn popping for the Grammys.
Yeah, does
like,
anyone sit down to watch award shows anymore? Like, is that a thing?
Oh,
My
you know
mom.
what?
Anyone with network cable, I'm pretty sure. But that also skews a certain way
Yeah.
too, right? The demographic is different.
Like, I'm an avid Twitter user, so I still do watch the.
So you're live on it.
Yeah, I'm live and
I
I'm
see.
watching it in real time
Yeah.
while seeing the hashtags and the tweets go out. And it's even more entertaining than just watching it alone.
More
right?
times it's memes, no? Is it
Yeah,
just
it's
like
a lot of
people
memes
making
like,
fun of
these people move quick.
Yeah.
Twitter is intense. But strictly still, if you guys need the Grammy rundown, go link up Sounds by Strictly. He has a thing ready.
Yeah, man.
Has a
But
thing
like
ready.
this year, I was very fortunate. I was in New York for the Grammys, and in Brooklyn they had this like open event
Yeah.
where people were watching it live
Oh,
together.
wow. Dope.
Right, so like they had a DJ doing
Oh, say word,
intermissions,
okay.
and then
They
so it
blew
was
it up.
cool. Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
that's
cool
nice.
way. I've never experienced something like that before, but yeah, people were there just for Beyonce, to be honest.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I get-
Yeah,
I
that
get-
makes sense.
That does
I
make
get
a
it.
lot of sense.
I want to take this time very quickly to promote one of our sponsors, if not our official sponsor, I guess. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, say that.
Yo, big up Oxcott Game.
Big up.
Boop, boop, boop.
Where the drops at? Send me my drops. What's happening?
Oh, hold on.
Where my drops at?
I want
Black
to
History
shout out
Month. Any
Oxcott
drops?
Game. I don't remember what key is what. Ad and I might have a better idea. I'm just like touching random shit right now. Okay,
But yeah,
so
do it again. Do it again. My bad. I stopped.
Oh
I
yeah,
stopped.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
I
mouse.
stopped.
We need to
Forgive
use
you.
the mouse. Yeah, there it is. ASDF. ASDF does some stuff.
Not linked. Whatever. It is what it is.
Okay, that's okay.
It's fine. That's live.
Okay, so shout out Oxcott Game. Yes, that's the one.
Boom.
Shout out Oxcott Game. If you go to the website oxgodgame.com, that's AUX God God game.com, you get 10% off your next purchase of the Oxcott Game. There's multiple genres. We're gonna be playing the pop version today. They have the hip hop version, the country version. I believe there's a K-pop version. The reggae dancehall one is also very fun. So if you and your friends are big music enthusiasts, go to the oxgodgame.com website to get your next purchase. 10% off your next purchase using the code BCT. Letter B, letter C, letter T.
10%. Oh my God.
Yes, sir. And we will be playing rounds of the game towards the end of the show, where we have, if for those who are just tuning in, we have weapons all around here. We're gonna have Strictly Steel versus Camille in a 1v1 to see who's the better Oxcod gamer, I guess.
We do also have matching chainmail. So we actually ensured that the
yeah,
chainmail
bulletproof
for
vest,
the
we have it.
weapons,
You just gotta ask.
they match your outfits. I see you have a little like olive thing going on. We have an olive chainmail over there. You have your motifs as well ready to go. It's gonna be a brawl up in here,
Yes, sir.
medieval style.
Street Fighter style.
Exactly.
Don't know.
So start stretching. We're gonna get into our first song. This is Technova by Toa Tay from, I believe, 1999. The original sample of Find a Way by Tribe Called Quest. A favorite of mine. You wanna get into it?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Funky lane, I've been told. Funky lane, I've been told. Funky lane, I've been told. All it glitters. Funky lane, I've been told. Funky lane, I've been told. Funky lane, I've been told. All it glitters.
Lá em Copacabana que tem tudo de bom, tudo que é de bem. Suco de acerola com maçã e vidro pega bem. Lá em Copacabana que tem tudo de bom, tudo que é de bem. Suco de acerola com maçã e vidro pega bem. Funky lane, I've been told. Funky lane, I've
been told, funky lane. I've been told, all it glitters. Funky lane. I've been told, funky lane. I've been told, funky lane. I've been told, all it glitters.
Lá em Copacabana que tem tudo de bom, tudo que é de lei. Suco de acerola com maçã e vidro pra meu bem. Lá em Copacabana que tem tudo de bom, tudo que é de lei. Suco de acerola com maçã e vidro pra meu bem. Lá em Copacabana que tem tudo de bom, tudo que é de lei. Suco de acerola com maçã e vidro pra meu bem. Lá em Copacabana que tem tudo de bom, tudo que é de lei. Suco de acerola com maçã e vidro pra meu bem.
Yes, yes. That was Toate Technova from 1999. I was 9 years old when that came out. So yeah, I'm old. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, on to the next segment. We got, what are you listening to lately?
I feel you.
I don't know why I said it that way.
You know
I
what?
just-
It's okay.
It just
I
reads
think you
that
have
way.
to.
It reads that way, so I said it that way.
Yeah, I think you have to just be true to your soul. I think you're true to your soul there. and I'm
Yeah,
happy you were.
that's in my
important.
mind. That's actually, you know, the
Yeah.
the inner. What do you say this when you're talking to yourself? You mentioned it a few times, like your inner voice. No,
Your inner
not-
voice, yeah, because I be talking to myself like daily.
that's how I talk to myself.
So really, we're like, hey, Justin,
Hey Justin, what's going on? Yeah, it's like kind of fun, cheery. Like I think from the outside looking in, if you saw me, it'd be like, that's how this guy talks.
Oh really? Yeah.
I think I don't.
I think okay. I'm with
Yeah.
it. I'm with
Anyways,
it. I'm with it.
Okay,
I'm with
so
it.
what are you listening to lately? With Book Club Toronto, I had begun creating a playlist of samples of my favorite songs, and then continuing to build out that playlist just for my personal sake and like when I'm driving around or listening to music by myself. And I think what I've decided to do, and I've continued to do this, is build my record collection based off of the songs, like those songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Singles, EPs, the albums, like that's kind of what I'm looking for now.
Right.
Yeah. How about you?
As of late, recently, the new Cities of Vive album just came out. Heavy tunes. I like it. I kind of like they're doing hip hop. You know, it's like if Boldy James was like super hip.
Really?
Like it's like they kind of have that vibe to it, and I like really like where they're going, and it's also like conceptual too.
Are they from Detroit as well?
I don't even know where they're from, but like I think super dope.
Nice.
Actually went to the Transact to see Chameleon.
Yes,
Fed.
ma'am,
That
sir.
was super dope. We also went to see Lowercase pilot
big up
episode
Lowercase,
live
man.
taping at the Drake. That was really cool, amazing concept. If he does it again, I highly recommend y'all check that out. It's really interesting.
I was very
I'm with it.
impressed with the fact that, and I want to ask you a question about performing. Lowercase, when I heard him, and then to see him live was like, oh, he sounds just like the recording. I think
Yeah.
that says a lot about an artist, in my
Yep,
opinion.
that's important.
That he sound even like when he's singing, because I think he's more of an MC. Not to discredit him, or I don't mean anything by this, but like I think of him as a rapper, singer.
Right.
Not to classify anybody, but
Right.
when he's singing, it's like, damn, this guy hits the notes. You know what I mean?
That was good. It was like well done.
Yeah. To the point of Camille though, tell me about like performing, because I know you're very early into your career.
I am
that,
very early.
Do you have jitters still? Like, what is that like?
I think I disassociate a little bit. I never got jitters.
Wow.
I kind of just like leave my body, and then I go on stage, and then I come off the stage, and I'm like, guys, what happened?
Is this something that happens before stepping on stage, where it's like you put yourself in a zone?
I get dressed really cute.
Oh, so it's a whole experience.
That's my armor. Yeah, exactly.
I feel that.
That's
Okay. Side note, for anybody listening, she has a Strokes starter jacket, like the Strokes, the band.
Heavy.
But it's a starter jacket from 2019. That's hard. That's probably the sickest thing I'm gonna see all day.
Heavy.
And I've complimented her like 5
They
times.
came to
already.
Toronto. I had to go. I had to grab it. You know.
I had no idea that existed. I'm gonna be honest. Like that's sick. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah.
Adrian.
River Tiber. I went to the
Listening.
listening party for this album was it in January, I think, or December? Anyways, it was dope. Dreaming Eyes album, really, really good. I love the track Rainbow Road, so good. And the new Daniel Caesar is on the way. I'm excited about that. The track Let Me Go is what I've been like bumping mostly.
Very nice.
And Yachty, let's start here. Lil Yachty's album.
Big album.
It's a big album,
guys.
right? Strictly. Yeah.
But like, it's a long time coming. Like, we know that he's been this conceptual act from time, and it's cool to see him like be here and hit this pocket. And we don't even know what's next. He might
Yeah.
even hit another lane.
There's
right?
a hot take, and I think I
Yeah.
said it on my show, but I wonder what you guys think.
Go for it.
The hot take that I saw on Twitter was that this Lil Yachty album is the album that Kid Cudi's always wanted to make.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Whoa.
It's a deep one. It's a deep one. Because I feel like Kid Cudi, like, you know, he has those albums that we consider to be classics.
Yeah.
And then everything else afterwards, like, it's experimental. It's
I got a question for you. Did you like Speeding Bullet?
not really.
Because I feel like that was the album that he meant to make. Like that was the one. That's
But like
that's
the grunge
Lil Yachty.
version of it.
Yeah.
Like the grunge version.
Like that's what he was trying. Like he already made it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think part of it is, I think people wish that Cudi made the Yachty
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
That's what I.
That's a good way to phrase it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, even
Yeah.
just on Speeding Bullet, I think timing too. I think like if Speeding Bullet came out around now, I think
Yeah.
the reception
Oh,
would be
yeah,
way
yeah.
different. Whereas like Yachty dropped this at the right time. So I think like that's a part of it as well. But I hear what you're saying.
Before we get into the next song, Strictly Steel, do you have anything that you're listening to lately?
What I've been listening to lately is I keep going back to Cleo Soul, like just anything by her from like the Soul projects
fire.
or from like her in solo projects, and yeah, it's just one of those ones you can just play. You always just get uplifted in a good mood.
Like clean music.
Yeah,
Like
this
it's
is
like
clean
so
music,
good.
yeah,
I
like-
love it.
Yeah, but then on the other spectrum, like I also listen to like a lot of UK music, and I listen to some drill every so often to
Oh,
pump
yeah.
myself up. So I'm still going back to K-Trap's last album, The Last Whip 2,
Nice.
which, you know, polar opposite to Cleo Soul, but it's just something that I just keep coming back to.
Would you
when I
say
need
he's the
that.
guy right now?
I would say, yeah, between him and Heady One is probably one of my most like spun
Nice.
in my playlist. Yeah,
Fire.
like it, I
yeah.
like it.
Fire.
Camille Leone, anything that you're listening to lately?
A few different things. I'm kind of like in like the post-punk kind of wave of my life right now. So I'm listening to UK band Shopping.
I'm sorry, and this is
Oh,
new
this
stuff? Is this new or like?
Yeah, I would say it's relatively new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Shopping. I don't know. I guess 2019. I don't actually know the years.
Okay,
but
okay, yeah.
Kind of
yeah.
look
So
recent.
It's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent.
And this other band, I think they're American, called Deeper.
Right.
Really, really good shit.
Oh,
And this singer songwriter alternative artist from Germany named Ilgen Nur. She sings like with such a beautiful, smooth, low register, and I love when women do that. And
Wow.
she's my hero.
That's dope. That's dope.
dope. I like
Tunes, beer tunes.
We're gonna get into the next song.
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
is off. Let's start here, Lil Yachty. This is "Drive Me Crazy."
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
not just anybody. Good love, fill my body up like a glass when you pour it all out. If you know me, you know I mind. Someone like me is hard to find. No mistaken if I am there, well aware you are always mine. And still you seem so surprised. Always gonna be mine. Wanna be where you are. I just can't walk away. You drive me crazy. I lose it. And I wanna be where you are. I just can't walk away. You drive me crazy. I lose it.
Imagine me circling through life without a piece of you. 7 out of 7 days I'm needing you. You bring life to the party. Good love feels like butterflies suffocating your insides. It's a late night, you know I'll try. I cannot picture when you ride. I'm mistaken thinking you were taking, knowing that you were always mine. And still I feel so surprised. You're always gonna be mine. Rarely ever missing, talk is cheap and time is ticking. Rarely ever tricking, catch me slipping, that pussy was leaking. All my missions, paying millions, I'm Ted DiBiase. I late night, I'm sinning, still a Christian, I'm tell my deacon. I mean pastor, order her down and talking pastor. Around 6-7 bitches with no tent, you can see I'm pimping. Big 4-5 my hip, like I'm limping, never simping. When my cousins crippin', always gripping, shit get dangerous. Always keep it playable, swallow hoes, I'm never tripping. I love my mother, my sister, my daughter. All these hoes get slaughtered, can't mind, pray tell the Father.
Yeah. In the context of Yachty, that's one of them, man. That's my opinion.
That's a tune, right? That's a
yeah,
tune.
1000%.
That's a tune.
Okay, so we're moving on with the program. It is Black History Month, so a big part of it is the fact that we cover black music, we celebrate black music, and a big part of it is that we have Janelle here who's written an article regarding black rock. Let's get to it.
No, so Janelle made a post a couple weeks ago displaying her article called Illustrated Tapes 164 Return to Rock, and it resonated with me in a way. I'm like, come on. There's a playlist too. I will put it on our gram as well. It's just so good. Janelle, do you want to quickly just give us a synopsis on that article and just your feelings around it?
Well, let me tell you about Illustrated Tapes first.
Yeah.
It's run by Sam Ailey, who is an illustrator out of the UK.
Dope.
And he just really loves music and has started this entire thing where he chooses illustrators and asks them to make a playlist and then illustrate the cover for the playlist.
Wow.
That's sick.
And then kind of ask questions about, like, you know, why did you choose these songs in there? What made you draw this image for it?
That's fine.
So mine was focusing on black musicians, the founders of rock music, essentially, you know, all of those that came before us and are essentially forgotten or purposely omitted out of history,
Yeah.
and it's called Return to Rock. And in the little image that I illustrated has Sister Rosetta Tharpe and Chuck Berry and Little Richard and Polystyrene and Tina Bell, and it also has like Fifi Dobson and Willow Smith and the people doing it right now. You know, it's like so it's like paying homage to the ones that came before us and also featuring the Black women and people who are doing it now, so to give them their flowers while they're alive, kind of type deal.
Super dope. Yo, real talk. That article put me on Tina Bell. I didn't even really know Tina Bell like that, and like, cause I love grunge, and I'd be like, oh, we did grunge too. Wow.
We did
Go Black
grunge before
people.
Kurt Cobain did grunge. We
In
were
the
doing it
80s.
in the 80s.
Crazy.
Fucking crazy.
And she was doing it from Seattle, and they weren't really vibing with Black
Wow.
people doing. Yeah, they weren't
Yeah.
vibing with this, so they
Wasn't a
they
thing.
basically erased her from history. And only after she's passed has people like they've started to be like, oh shit, like she was doing this before. We dug up a music video. It's from the 80s. Like that's before
it's
Nirvana.
documented.
It's documented now. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like that's crazy, right? Imagine like a decade before
a whole
Kurt Cobain,
decade.
all that plaid. Like, blessed to them because they're amazing. But it's like the fact that Tina Bell and her band put that sound on.
Yeah, her band was called Bam Bam.
Bam Bam, yeah. And it's like, it's just crazy. Anyways, that article's really cool. It's like, specifically because me personally, I love rock music. And growing up, it wasn't really what was popular. Like hip hop, rap, like R&B, dancehall, that was popular. Especially if you're like Black, you have to like it, or else, you know. Now it's a bit different, but growing up, it just wasn't really like the thing. But to know that, you know, its culture as well is such a beautiful thing to learn, which is like I like learned that later on in life, but it's cool the way that you kind of brought it into this article and made a playlist and then you do it yourself. Come on, girl.
Clap for her one time.
Clap, clap,
Come on,
clap.
come
Where
on.
to drop at? Like, come on. Anyways, boom, boom, boom. Like artificial drop. Tough, right? So blessed to you for that. I think that's really, really important and special. I know Justin, you got a question for Strictly. I had a question for Strictly, right?
Yeah, definitely. So,
Yeah.
Strictly, with hip hop and R&B being the predominant genres of our generation, I believe we're about the same age.
Mm-hmm.
How did you develop such a taste for jazz music and the other genres that you cover on your show?
Honestly, through hip hop and R&B.
Beautiful.
So a lot of it was like, I'm a music nerd, probably like all of us here, right? So I'm from the era of getting CDs, looking through the papers and looking through the track list, looking through the production credits, and then like digging for samples. But also I was just surrounded by music a lot as well. So growing up, like my dad's a tailor, so he had like a studio space, and it's one of those jobs where you're doing something and you need something in the background, right? So sometimes it'll be jazz playing, it'll be like Alice Coltrane, or it'll be like Nina Simone, but then like a little bit less. And it's kind of funny how you're talking about rock. Like he put me onto like black rock music, like Fishbone, Bad Brains, like all those guys that were like, you know that this is punk and this is our music. So I just had like a very eclectic taste from like just being around it. But being from the UK, like my uncle also did a lot of events as well, like R&B, and they called it Rare Groove. So they're just trying to find like Rare Groove.
Let's
Yeah. So
go.
it's like
Let's
the
go.
OGs would just like dig for samples and dig for like, you know, good melodies and songs, and yeah, that's how I got put onto it really.
That's beautiful, man. I'm happy I got to ask that question. Okay, so we're gonna get to know more about both of you coming up. We're gonna get into the next song as part of that segment. This is Oh Mama by Nora Dean.
I met a man the other night. He got scorpion in his underwear. Oh mama, my mama, oh mama, my mama. I got a freak in my back. I lick him hard up on his head. Oh mama, my mama, oh mama, my mama. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, mama, my mama. Oh, mama, my mama. He got scorpion in his underpants. He got scorpion in his underpants. Oh, mama, my mama. Oh, mama, my mama. That man is coming at me. is underpants. Oh mama, mama, oh mama, oh he got scorpion in his underpants. He got scorpion in his underpants. Yeah, ay 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 oh yeah 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 yeah. He got scorpion in his underpants. He got scorpion in his underpants.
Yes, sir. That was Oh Mama by Noradine, a classic. Coming up next, we have a conversation. I guess I'm using the term interview. This is not an interview. We're conversing with these people, getting to know these people, our special guests, in depth as much as we can. This is in conversation with Camille Leon and Adrian Lane.
Yo,
Wow.
Camille.
You like that, right? That's a new one. I just came up with that.
What's good? How are you doing, yo?
I'm really nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You shouldn't be. We
I know, I
vibing.
know.
We vibing. It's chill. But yes, no. It's cool because at Milky's, I remember you told me like, yo, I'm making music or I make music now or something like that. And I was like, that's really cool. And then I got to listen to it. I came to the listening party and I'm like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? Like genuinely. I was like, oh shoot. Cause people be saying
Thank
they
you for
make
coming to that, by the way.
No,
it
it
was
was dope.
the listening party and also my birthday party.
Yes,
so respect.
yes, you don't know. But yes, dope artist. Can you please let me know about the journey? Because even at Transact, you mentioned your journey. Can you just like do like a quick
Yeah.
synopsis on how you got here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say this a lot at shows and it makes a lot of people boo at me, but I like to preface it with I'm not a musician. And then everyone boos, obviously. But pre-pandemic, I was an illustrator and I just really was obsessed with music. I was drawing and my only career path was to be a comic book illustrator. I was keep pushing that path. And then the pandemic happened and like my only pastime hobby was going to shows and all of that came to a halt. And I needed to fill the hole. And so I was like, I wonder how hard. Actually, I didn't have that thought on my own. My friend Deanna Petkoff, who is an alternative musician in the city as well, she posted to her story a songwriters challenge.
Oh, dope.
So at the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was doing cooking challenge and fitness challenge and challenge this, challenge that.
Yeah.
And she posted a songwriting challenge, and I was like, oh, I wonder how hard it is to write a song. Like, let me take her little prompt and like write my first thing ever. So like literally May 2020 was the first thing I ever wrote, and I sent it to all my friends, and they were like, this is kind of like the chord progressions were a little whack, but they were like, the melody, like it's catchy, like keep doing this, like you're probably gonna land on something really good. And so I just kept writing all throughout 2020 and wrote all the songs that are in now my EP.
Let's go. Plug the EP Near Quaint. Don't know.
Near Quaint, it's an anagram for quarantine because I wrote them all in quarantine.
What?
Yeah, you shuffle the letters.
Yo, the levels to Camille Leon.
You went brazy on that one. You went
Camille
brazy.
Leon has the levels. What? I didn't even know that.
I shuffled the letters. I wanted it to be something interesting. So
Yo, that's
yeah. And I wasn't even thinking of putting the songs out either,
Right.
but my coworkers were like, these are kind of like really cool songs and you've never written a song before, you don't know anything about music and these sound dope.
Yeah.
And they are the ones that pushed me to write a grant.
Right.
And I wrote a grant
Yeah.
and I guess it really resonated with them and they
Yes.
funded it. And so I got
Wow,
everything
that's
recorded and
huge,
made.
man. Congrats.
Thank you. And I drew the album art, the single artwork. I drew my own band logo. And then my friends who were musicians already and like I was going out to all their shows, they were like, oh, you do music now? Do you want to perform with us? And I was like, I don't know. I don't have a band yet. I'm not ready. They're like, you'll never be ready. So just say yes.
I feel that.
And that's how I started performing. And now I'm here. I'm like 11, 12 shows in. My band's been performing for 4 months with me now. And yeah, that's
Man,
how
what?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I went from art only to now music art hybrid, and that's what I'm doing.
Wow.
That is so dope. What you gotta document.
Did you know
that.
this about her?
Like pieces of it because she was talking about it at the show at Transact, but like these other details are like dope. That's interesting. So multi-artist, multi-dynamic Tingagwan. I have to ask you, what was one of like the most challenging parts of shifting art forms? Like being a professional in one and then learning how to be a new professional in another? Like, what was like a challenging piece of that?
I guess I still don't really consider myself a professional in the music world.
Right.
So I'm just dicking around.
Right.
Wait, can I swear?
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're good.
just do you. You're fine. You're fine. You're good.
Your
you're
mom is listening. That's why you can't swear.
I was just messing around and I was just doing silly, goofy things. And I was like, it would be cool if I did this. And it would be sick if I did that. And I think, I don't know, I wasn't really taking the music. No, I always take music seriously, but I wasn't taking like me writing a song too seriously,
Right.
if that makes any sense at all.
Right.
Could that be what makes it fun? still?
Yeah, it's very fun. Yeah. And shifting gears was hard because I don't know anything about music. So I had to teach myself how to play guitar and I had to teach myself how to play bass and keys.
Damn.
And I taught myself how to compose and I taught myself how to songwrite
4
and how
months?
to use
Damn.
GarageBand. And
Wow.
it was a massive learning curve, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I thought we do some push-ups. Like, I feel like I gotta go do some stuff.
I know I gotta do something.
yeah. That's amazing. That's really dope. What was maybe like the most enjoyable part? Because it feels like there was some like connectivity in that, like you made your own like art for your album. Like, what were some of the more enjoyable pieces of like transitioning art forms?
Yeah, I got to like build my own world a little bit and that's a lot of fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And what else was enjoyable? I don't know. Oh, like when I would write a new song and then I would just be like this shitty little demo. Sorry, I swore again. And I would like play it back and I would just blast it and I would just dance to it in my room and be like, this is fire.
Yes, that's
no one's
sick.
going to hear this. Meanwhile,
dope.
now everyone can hear it. It's on Spotify.
Dope. Okay, you know what? All right. So I keep referencing the Transact. You're like, what was that? So you some have a show called Stage Fright.
Stage fright.
And talk about that show because you also have created a platform for other artists that want to come up. So please talk about that.
Yeah, it all happened so fast.
Yeah.
Stage Fright is a concert series that I now run and organize, which
Amazing.
is also really bananas.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Big up.
And I just like, I had a really easy time getting gigs in the city because I had so many friends who were musicians and they were like, hey, we see that you're doing the music thing and like, do you want to perform with us? And I know how actually difficult it is to get gigs if you're a new band, if you're emerging, if you don't have music on Spotify yet or anywhere. It's actually insanely difficult and oftentimes you have to pay like a really massive down payment on venues. And if you don't have money, like that's going to be hard to like get your gigs. And so I wanted to like put together a concert series where then I'm kind of passing the torch. I'm like asking people, I'm like, hey, you're a new artist. Do you want to perform? I'm like, do what my friends did to me onto other people. And so it's a monthly concert series at the Transact every last Monday of the month, every month until June. And I've just booked upcoming bands of color, artists of color, giving them like a stage. And often like some of them, they've never ever performed before. And some of them have played like maybe 3-4 shows in the past. So just giving everyone like the opportunity to get the stage jitters out of them, essentially.
You know, and like it was good too. Like I went and the band she chose was dope.
Seasonal Birds.
Seasonal Birds were sick.
They
like,
were
they were really good.
I actually had
I
never
liked
seen them play before,
Yeah.
but I saw like their aura and I saw that they were doing folk and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. And I was crying. They were so good.
Yeah,
Why
they
do
were
rock
good.
bands and like folk bands have the hardest names? Like
Seasonal Birds.
That's hard.
Yeah, really good stuff. It was
Big
like,
up
yeah.
Seasonal
Yeah,
Birds.
big them up, big up. Okay, we're gonna like round this out by pretty much asking like what are some of your influences because you've talked about them, but like go into what influences your music and direction.
Yeah, like a lot of like pretty basic like 2010s alternative rock bands. The first one I'm going to list is not even from the 2010s, but like all of the bands were influenced by the Strokes.
Right.
They're like my biggest influence. Two Door Cinema Club, Bombay Bicycle Club, The Maccabees, Arctic Monkeys, Last Dinosaurs. Bands from like that 2010 era. That's when I was like in high school, and so those bands really, really impacted me. And yeah, I don't know. I like the band ensemble. I wanted to be in a band, and now I'm in a band.
Vibes. Okay, well look, thank you for engaging the conversation and just teaching us more about yourself and the things that you do. Excited to see where things go. If you try to see Chameleon live, she'll be at Baby G March 2nd, 8:30. Go check that out, as well as the Horseshoe Tavern on March 20th. Oh no, February 25th. What time is that one again?
That's a good question.
I think
I
it's
think it's like
7:30.
7:30. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'm probably on at 8. But yeah, Horseshoe Tavern this Saturday.
Oh, this Saturday. Okay, yeah. Pull up to
Oh,
Horseshoe
that's
Tavern
literally
this
this
Saturday.
Saturday.
525.
Yes. Pull up. Okay, we're about to jump into an unreleased Camille Leon song, and I'm super excited.
World premiere.
Premiere. Anyways, called Apathy.
It's called Panic and Apathy.
Is it Panic and Apathy?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So okay, give me a moment because it's on a different the different part of the computer. We're gonna start it just.
As he goes through this, can you just touch on why it's called that?
It's called Panic and Oh, jeez. Oh, man. It's
Quickly.
basically about like being in a party and being uncomfortable with the vibes going on. You're like, this is not my space. But then also realizing that they're all adults in the room. And so you kind of just be like, okay, you do whatever you want. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to be over here. And, kind of like that's all.
You're
That's
like the meme.
Oh right.
They don't know I'm having a panic attack in the corner.
Pretty much. Essentially. That's like me at a party. Okay. I will play Panic and Apathy just now. Let's go.
Had all the money, it went up someone's nose. Distracted by you walked up, and since I've got to go, I try to keep my focus high, so find it pointless can't stand you smoking, I cry. My window open, I stare in disappointment, heavy on the fall, so bury all your hopes and don't forget your broken. People aren't always what we hoped they would be. Stuck somewhere between panic and apathy. I try to keep my focus high, so find it pointless can't stand you smoking, I cry. My window open, I stare in disappointment, heavy on the fall, so bury all your hopes and don't forget you're broken. And all this apathy, APATHY, panic every time. PANIC, and all this apathy, APATHY, panic every time. To keep my focus, still find it pointless. I can't stand you smoking, I cry. My window open, I stare in disappointment. Anything you wanted, anything you thought of, lands you in the moment. Heavy on the fall, so bury all your hopes and don't forget you're broken.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
on.
Unmastered.
Come on.
It's just
dog.
like in its
As
raw
raw as it
state.
What the
gets.
hell?
Let's go.
Who is
Let's
this?
Go.
We're still mixing it, so it's gonna come out soon this year. But that's the new one.
Wow.
We were all fanning in the studio just then, like air guitars and everything.
Yo, trust me, what? I was out here like,
Well,
yo.
so I think part of it is off air. We had a conversation about how you even add like different sections into the bridge, like smoothing it out and then bringing it back, and that's a feel thing. Is that right?
It is a feeling. Like I think because we're all music nerds, like
I know, like I know what to look for. Yeah, that's right.
it's like
I
you
know the
listen to so
patterns as
much
well.
music, there's patterns,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, if I write a thing and I'm like, oh, this sounds empty here, what am I gonna do here?
Yeah.
What would my hero do?
And you said, and you said that came from a bass. They started with a bass line.
Yeah, I wrote the
doesn't-
song. It started with the bass line,
But it doesn't always.
No, it changes every time. Sometimes I have like a guitar chord progression, but this one was like, oh, this bass line is hard. What do I do with it?
I love it. I love it. Wow. Okay. So, on with the show. We have Strictly Steel
Hello, hello.
on the show today. How you doing, sir? I'm very again to your point earlier on. Like I'm very grateful that we get a chance to meet in person.
Yeah,
and
man.
have you on the show. It's sick. So you're originally from the UK.
Yes,
Big up Birmingham.
Birmingham. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Paint the picture for me. Like I've never been. So what's that like? And then I kind of want to get to the DJing aspect of things, the photography aspect of things, and then how you got here to Toronto to even be at ISO. Like, what's Birmingham like? And kind of touch on.
The best way I can describe Birmingham is like post-industrial. So it's like it still has its gritty edges to it.
Blue collar.
Yeah, like a lot of factories that were there. Like it was a big car manufacturing hub. So a lot of my grandparents, like, you know, my granddad worked in a factory when he first arrived from Jamaica. And then my other granddad on my dad's side worked at Dunlop Tires, making tires for cars. So like most people that I know, most of their families grew up in that, you know, that industrial like working place. But in terms of Birmingham, like big music culture there. Like we've got like so many alumni from Birmingham, like from Black Sabbath to like Musical Youth to like so many different, like the grime scene. When it took a little break from London, it came to Birmingham, and like there's so many different electronic like genres that survived and flourished there. So I don't know, it seems one of those places where like music seems to be a big escape for people. But yeah, growing up there, like it was amazing. Like we had Carnival, which was like a big place where you hear like reggae sound system culture and just being exposed to like so much music from, you know, Jamaica, and it was very Jamaican dominant. I'm not gonna lie. Coming
It
to
still is that right?
still is, yeah. Like every time I go back, it is like there's a different group that, you know, I've just arrived, and you get the different influences there. But it was very mixed. Like I went to a Catholic school growing up, but I would say 90% of the people weren't actually Catholic. It was like
You
a
just
small
went to school
10%.
there.
Yeah, we went to school because it was like in our catchment area.
Okay.
So yeah, it was very diverse growing up, and yeah, I loved it. Like I go back and I still feel like a tourist sometimes because I haven't fully discovered all of it, because it's second biggest city in England.
Is it?
Yeah, alongside with Manchester. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm still discovering it. I feel like a tourist every time I go back.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I guess things move real fast over there.
Yeah.
To the point of the music, one thing I've always appreciated about UK culture is it seems to me like there's such a rich history of music, and not to say that you can draw, and you could actually draw the parallels between a K-trap and the Beatles, as far as not sonically, but like history. Why do you think it is, and this is from a Canadian's perspective, because I think there's no infrastructure really compared to the UK. CBC is not BBC, but why do you think it is that there's such a strong, rich history like that? Like, what is it I don't understand about the UK?
I think all of it stems from like DIY culture, like do it yourself, from like the rock bands that emerged from Birmingham, like Ocean Colour Scene, like even Black Sabbath. Like it all started off from them just doing gigs in pubs. There's like that one pub that were like, oh yeah, we put artists on and we're gonna showcase them. And like the grime scene, UK garage, a lot of it started off from what we call pirate radio stations.
Right.
So, you know, they would, in the community, no one, like BBC, One Extra and all those kind of things they're kind of new, right? Like we didn't have a actual platform in Birmingham itself. Like in London, they had pirate radio stations. We have pirate radio stations where literally someone would string up an aerial on top of a block of flats, and then they were just like signaling radio all throughout the city. Like certain parts of the city didn't even catch it. So it's only if you're like, you know, in the ends, as they would say, that you would catch it. So that's where I got to put on a lot of music. And like you get emerging artists, you'll get big in your neighborhood first, and you get big in your city, and then you spread outside of.
So is that a lot of have to do with the fact that like DJ culture is a big deal? Where it's
Huge. Like, I go back and like a lot of my family are involved in, you know, music. So my uncle had a sound system. My like younger brother DJs now, and like the technical aspect
That's
of
Sham, is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yo,
Shout
big
out to
up
Sham, who's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
here. So like, you know, technical skills are like really, you know, looked up to, but also just like selecting music, right? Like being able to know and draw for classics and be diverse in your musical taste is like something that a lot of DJs are like the respected DJs is something that they do.
Yeah, I've always appreciated that from the outside looking in. Is that like DJ culture is so respected there, and I can only imagine that I'm sure there's a lot of places to play at that are so eclectic that you could do your own thing and not have to succumb to like being open format, which isn't a bad thing. But there's a lane for everything. Is that right?
Yeah. So like it was tough at one stage because a lot of the black music venues either closed down or like the other venues wouldn't allow us to, you know, be there, right? So like it's normal for like DJs to do maybe 3-4 gigs all around the UK. And I think that's what makes it a little bit different than here. So like for one, they'll do a 1 hour set in Bristol, then they'll do another hour set like in a town close by, and then, you know, just work their way around the UK like that. But yeah, I think the venues also a big thing, but honestly, radio culture I feel like is still huge. That's why I appreciate like your show and like ISO, because I get put onto music from listening to other people's shows and like, oh, I would never really listen to this on my own. Like the algorithm wouldn't put me onto this, but by just tuning in, you know, you get put onto stuff.
I feel you. Yo, I gotta say, and I want to give you your flowers right now. Yo, you have my favorite show on ISO.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Real shit.
Thank
like,
you.
I get a feel for who you are as a person through you playing the music. But I was telling Adrian earlier, like I drove here to your latest show with Andy Cap, and it's so clean.
Thank
Like
you.
I think part of it as we began to do this show particularly is like I'm listening to radio much differently than I used to. I'm picking up on things that maybe I wouldn't have before. So to your point, the use of the ISO radio drop, the like that kind of stuff, and it's just placed so precisely. Your articulation of things and like your knack for understanding the music and explaining where it comes from and things of that nature. I think it all comes so smoothly on your show. So big up
you.
your show, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Everything that I've said, like, have you ever included into that's what you do, or like,
Honestly,
is
I
it by
like
design, or is you just doing your show?
like I listen back to some of my shows just obviously because I want to make sure that like it sounds good and that like I'm getting better and better. So I think all of it originates from me being a music nerd when I was younger, like recording shows on tape, right? And like listening to people like, you know, Benji B when I was growing up, Giles Peterson, but also like the local community DJs on pirate radio, like absolute shelling. Sometimes we'll be playing music that you couldn't even get like digitally now.
Like
they're
real dubs.
yeah, just like dub plates and stuff. So like those are the kind of people that inspire me, and I'm like, if I can get anything that replicates it but add my own personal touch to it, like that's what I live for. Like I love the fact that I can play Miles Coltrane but then go and play Griselda song right next to it, right? And like add a little laser drop on top of it too and add a little flair to it. So
Love that.
I appreciate
So
it.
you touch on local DJs. Is there anyone in particular that you kind of tune into and be like, okay, that's dope, like inspiration wise?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not. I know this sounds like I'm like advertising it. So the ISO roster is
hard, bro.
insane.
It's deep.
Like it's hard to pick this one. So like, you know, there's Dylan Fly. He's from New Zealand, and
is
we
he?
have
Okay,
like a
shout out
similar.
Dylan.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like a similar palette. But then like who's AC Atina? Like she'll put me onto some
Shout out
like
Tina.
Asian K-pop, hip hop from like, you know, the depths of the 2000s. And like you guys play a lot of samples also. Like, you know that I love samples. So like I'll play. Yeah, honestly, like big up ISO, man, because like the curation of our DJs is insane. Other DJs, I'm still learning a lot about the scene here too, which is why ISO is so fun for me. Like even having Andy Cap on the show, I didn't realize like how much of a presence he had in the city before he moved back to London, right? So I'm still learning and I'm still like, you know, getting the lay of the land, kind of.
Did you start DJing? Because I know you're a photographer as well. Did you start DJing back home, like in Birmingham? And then
Yeah,
brought
it was
over here?
just the access. Like, so my uncle would, whenever I went to his house, he would have equipment around. And then my cousin also got some equipment when he was younger. But this is a crazy story too. So we had like pirate radios and stuff. And me and my friends always thought we were going to be the next grime crew, right? Like spitting bars. So my one friend, his mom actually won the lottery, like won a little small bag. And like one of the things that her sons wanted was like the DJ setup, which back then was like insanely expensive. Like, 1200s and the mixer and all that stuff. It was like very aspirational. So he got some, and then every time I would go to his house, we were just like, yo, can I run on the decks? Can I play? So that was how like I first got exposed to it. And then one of my neighbors, he had some like old school CDJs, but it was never something that I was like, I'm gonna perform. And it was more so just like bedroom, just hobby. And then like through ISO actually, I actually learned and like forced myself to learn how to DJ. And I started off by just recording a show, and I would upload it on Mixcloud. And then JM was like, yo, we need more like radio format shows on ISO. Would you be interested in like doing a show? I'm like, of course. And I was like super nervous because like I'm not really the one to like speak, and usually the one behind the camera or the microphone, right? So yeah, it just forced me. I think it's kind of what you said, like you'll never be ready until you start. So
Facts.
I just started.
That's beautiful. You, as a photographer, you published something. Is that right?
Yeah. I published a book during the pandemic. It was called Indigo. Still available now, but it was a book basically just documenting my travels when I went to Japan for the first time.
Did you go in pandemic to Japan?
No, I went maybe a year or so before.
Okay.
And like the pandemic just like forced me to print more stuff and put things into a physical space. Yeah.
That's dope. It sounds like everybody did something cooler than I did in pandemic. Like, actually, we did some cool stuff. This is how we
you're
got
cool.
into
You're
book
cool,
club.
man. It's okay.
Nah.
You're cool.
You
Big
guys
up
are
me.
here,
Cool.
man. You guys.
We're
this
here.
is- yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you miss about Birmingham?
What do I miss? Yeah, like nightlife. Not as like I say I'm going out all the time, but like discovering new music from just like pulling up to random events. And live music I'd miss a lot as well. So like the fact that you can see a variety of different acts all week, like there's something going on all the time.
Amazing.
Family, of course.
Yeah,
Miss the
yeah.
fam.
Is there a lot of family there compared to here?
Yeah, so like typical like, immigrant story from Jamaica specifically. Like when Jamaicans, left, it was either like Canada, some went to Florida if they were lucky and got a green card. And then a lot of them went to the UK. So my family, I have family that left Jamaica and came straight to Canada. So that's one of the reasons why I got here. I'd have family that lived here, and I used to come and visit like every other like summer holiday. We'd spend like maybe a week or 2
So you're
weeks here.
familiar with?
Yeah, like, but we're in the burbs first, so like Brampton, Mississauga,
Oh,
like I
big
know
up
those,
the West End.
old time the West End crew, and then my mom was like, yeah, one day we're gonna live there. I'm like, sure. Next thing you know, I'm here. So
That's cool.
made it.
I love
Yo,
that.
shout out to JA Florida, Miami.
Yes,
specifically.
yes.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes,
Shout
Fort
out.
Lauderdale specifically.
Yo, I have bare family for yo.
It's a
Shout out.
path. It's a path.
It
man.
really is. It's one of the faces. Anyways, continue. The fact you said that, I'm like, man, the truth on that is so
Yeah.
scary. It's hilarious, but yeah.
So you're here monthly, is that right? At ISO?
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
like
here
it's
every
monthly.
2 weeks, Saturdays from 12 to 1. So I was just saying, like, I'm at Stacked now and seeing so many people. It's nice because usually I'm here early in the morning, well, early-ish, and it's a nice way to start the day. That's why I
What
do
time
that.
is your show?
12 o'clock until 1.
12 to 1. Is that
Yeah.
a Sunday?
Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Yeah. So it's like a nice ease into the
Love that.
the
yeah.
week.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Are you spinning out in the next month?
Nothing planned as of yet. Like sometimes I'll randomly pop up and do like, gigs at bars and stuff like that too. So the last one I did was at the Ace Hotel, the ISO Random Access Crew. That one was a lot of fun because, you get to play a lot of the stuff you're listening to, but also sneak in a few cheeky bangers. So
For
like,
sure.
you can play J Hus and people are like, oh, I like the melody on this. And then when they catch what you're saying, they're like, uh-oh. But yeah, nothing coming up like on paper just yet. But yeah, I'm hoping to play out more like lounges, bars, that kind of stuff. I really like that lane of live music.
I can see
yeah.
that for you. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely did pull up on him at Ace Hotel, and he was making those sneaks. But I did pull up on him. It's so crazy. I'm like, I'm here to film. I didn't even tell him it was coming. I was like, yo, you good?
I just see a man
Whoa.
pull up with a 360
Camera
camera and
being
just like,
set
yo,
up behind him.
yo.
I said it behind me. I'm like, I probably should
I
have
seen the
told you.
footage too. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you should have told it.
I'm like, but just got a drink and sat down. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
it was a
Respects.
nice cozy vibe. We didn't feel anyway, man. I appreciate you coming.
Bless.
Oh, that's great, man.
Oh, man.
Real quick, so I can't get this out of my head. So you mentioned Jay Huss. My wife loves Love Island, and on the Dave track he goes, "Marcel, you know me. I came with the Blazing Squad." You know that.
Blazing
Does this make any
Squad.
sense
Oh
to
my
anybody?
gosh, yes.
Yeah, that's one of the lines, and I'm like, oh wait, I know that reference.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Anyways, okay, so we got an upcoming song. You got "Dancing in the Moonlight" by Top Loader.
Come on. Hot
Quickly tell
tune.
us-
Okay,
tell about
so
this.
one of the reasons why I was like, oh, should I play something I would normally play on my show? I saw the Ox God theme of pop music. I'm like, this is one of those pop songs that was an absolute banger. That I have this playlist on Spotify called Stockroom Classics. So I used to work retail, and I'm not sure if anyone's worked retail. There's like, it's like this radio station that just plays the same over and over again,
I've been
right?
there before the
And it
cab,
gets stuck in
yeah.
your head and like, oh, we're gonna switch channels, and it'll be like brick rock, or it'll be like, you know, music from the 90s. So this is one of those songs when I hear it, yo, any karaoke session, run this rhythm.
Tune. That's funny.
Let's get into it.
Our
This
Dancing
is
Moonlight.
"Dancing in the Moonlight" by Top Loader on behalf of Strictly Steel. Big up Strictly. Thank you, man.
Thank
Boom.
you.
We get it almost every night. When that moon is big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark and they don't bite. They keep their loose to keep it tight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. We like our fun and we never fight. You can dance and stay uptight. It's a supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
excuse me, sorry.
Yes.
Top loader being Filipino, I
Oh.
got transported into a karaoke room.
He was singing. It was a lot, but
Oh,
I was
hell
down
yeah.
for it.
It's
fun
bouncing
stuff.
along.
Dancing in the moon. That's not how I would do it.
Oh, sing it.
I'll do it again. Dancing in the moonlight.
Hey,
Jeez.
out here. Thanks, Anak. Anyways, but look, we're going to go into our next segment. We just had really great conversations with my Jamaican family over here. We go, don't know.
For real.
Don't know. Big up.
Boop, boop, boop.
I was just telling, like, as we're off break, I was just telling Strictly Steel, me pulling up on him the way I did at Ace Hotel was probably one of the most Jamaican things I've done all month. I didn't even really ask for no permission. I said,
Sometimes
I'm
you don't
shooting
need
this.
to. Sometimes
I was
you
like,
don't
move,
need to.
move. We have, yeah. So I just said, So,
You have to ask for forgiveness later.
but he understands because, like, we understand the Jawe.
Yes.
Is there a Jawe?
There is, man. Like, it would have been way more Jamaican if you would have plugged in like a mini disc.
Plug
Recorded
in.
recorded the set,
Trust me, we plug
Yo.
it in. Come, pass that. You plug it in. Yeah, you know what I mean?
and then sold it on my behalf.
You
That
know?
would've- yeah, that-
Trust
that-
me. I should have.
Yo, Mid said, did he ask you to small up yourself too?
Don't kill me. Small up yourself because I have to record. Yes.
Record you. Okay, so up next we have clickbait headlines where we run down the latest clickbait headlines without you having to click on them. You're welcome.
Clickbait headlines. Clickbait headlines.
We got about 10 of them, and how this show works is, how this segment works is we don't have to click on them. But we did the clicking for you, so I mean, we can touch on it. We don't have to touch on it. That's just what it is. First one here is the Insider Reports. They did an interview with the producer who made the J. Cole type beat on J. Cole's latest song, where he just went on YouTube and picked the song. He was making beats on YouTube for years. Then one day, J. Cole was inspired and wrote a song to one. Kind of inspiring. I mean, I think there's so much music like that.
Yeah.
Type beats. It's such a hip hop thing. We're on YouTube where it's like, I like Playboy Cardi. I'm gonna make a Playboy Cardi type beat.
Right.
So J. Cole just found one and he made a beat. He made a song to that beat, which I think is super inspiring.
That's really dope. I think
I would click on that.
pardon?
You would not?
I would.
I would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I like the story. Just it seems like J. Cole just, sometimes he's just bored at home, just chilling on the internet. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna just record
J. Cole
something.
type
Yeah,
beat.
yeah. Like that's what they seem very authentic. It didn't seem like super orchestrated or anything
Yeah,
like that.
he didn't make it a big deal much at all. Like, it was just kind of like, here, this is what it is. That's dope. So yeah, they interviewed the guy. I think that's really cool. Next one here, OK Player. This is probably a crappy headline. Ice Cube and Ja Rule are not fans of Billboard's Top 50 Rappers playlist. Ja Rule says, there ain't 50 rappers dead, alive, or waiting to be born better than me. And I agree.
Well, thanks, Ja.
Ja-
Well, okay.
Ja
Well,
in
you
the
know
studio.
what? We got Ja in the studio. Put respect to Ja Rule's Dave. He's a great rapper. He gave us a
Yo,
beer
he's
tick.
hard. He's hard.
Put respect on the boy's name. But yeah, okay, cool. I would click that maybe.
I don't know if I'm clicking it. It seems like the we're in the era now where it's like the old head versus the new heads, kind of conversation. And I feel like
Yeah.
this is fueling it a little bit.
What had me going was that I had to look into the top 50, which is actually not that bad if you're into hip hop, and like from a truest perspective of like the golden era, this and that. It's not a bad top 50, but Ja Rule's just not on it. That's a big difference.
I might not click on it. I'm also like
Right?
way younger than you guys, and I only know Ja Rule for that one song he did with J Lo.
You want to
Oh.
sing it for us?
Yeah,
In his
I
Ja
don't
Ja
know-
Rule
I don't know
voice?
the song you're talking about.
I
Yeah,
got
what-
you. What's my mother? Anyways. Anyways. all right.
Nailed it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Pitchfork reports, despite its intriguing concept, Lil Yachty's voyage into soul and psych rock runs aground.
I rebuke it. And it's one of those things where it's like, Pitchfork, I feel you. I see you. I see what
Yeah.
you're trying to do, but you aren't doing it. You know what I mean?
That's
like
a clickbait for real. Like, it
that's-
traveled.
Yeah.
Yachty responded,
He did
He's
respond.
like,
Like,
you know what? You suck. He actually went. He started dissing the guy who wrote the article. So it went as far as it could have.
But you know what? It's crazy because like Pitchfork clearly has a specific sound. They made like Lana Del Rey the #1 something recently. I was like, well, no surprise there. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, indie vibes. Okay, was that album Carly Heteras? Nah, but was it a conceptual
Yeah.
dope body of work? Of course it was. What are you talking about? Y'all on, anyways. Bless.
Would you guys say that Pitchfork's kind of elitist now in terms of like how they review tracks and songs?
I feel like it's kind of been like that.
The
But
hipsters
it
have
doesn't
money
mean I
now.
agree. Yeah. Yo, so many times I'd see like Tom. They'd always like big up Tom York as if every album, every project he's put out is like the best thing ever. And it's like, yo, come on, man. Let's be honest here. But that's how you know. It's kind of just an opinionated thing.
And then it reminds us that like every outlet kind of like has a point of view. You know what I mean? Because if we were to, comment on the newest, Tom York set, I like Tom York, but it's like it
Me
may
too.
not get as much play as Yachty. Also because the audience that we're like engaging in. So I'm sure everybody in that office listened to the new Animal Collective album at least twice. I did not yet. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like different strokes, different folks. But is there anything that rhymes with oaks? Is there an oaks word we could like?
Folks.
Hey.
Shout out all my Jamaicans if you know.
Hey,
do you mean by- what do you
big
mean by
up,
that?
big up. Anyways, okay, next.
Folks like Pokeroo. Come on, guys.
Yeah, like Pokeroo. You mean like not the pokey.
Okay, what do I have next here? The Globe and Mail reports Rihanna's Super Bowl show was a masterclass in the new business of entertainment. I thought that was a really cool headline there. They angled it. It's an opinionated piece, and I think a lot of the time people were like, "Oh, she's pregnant, this and that," but it was a nice angle into a story and why, right?
Yeah, I think that performance was amazing. You know what? Not bothered me, maybe, yeah, I'll say bothered me after that performance is some of like the reactions of saying, I don't know if it was that great. I don't know. There's a pregnant lady literally floating in the
She's
air right
literally
now.
pregnant.
with
I just
diamonds
don't
in the
know.
sky.
yeah.
Diamonds, I just don't know like from your desk how like credible that is. But
That
Bars.
and
But, like-
wait,
but
the
what?
level at which we hold black women to be, black people in general to be like exceptional and just like shoot. People are complaining that she wasn't dancing, she wasn't giving her all. Yes, she was pregnant, but why can't we just like not?
Not.
You know?
Damn. Yeah.
Why can't we just be? Why can't we? She's literally in the Super Bowl. Like,
and to be honest, there aren't like a lot of pregnant folk floating on the top of a stadium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While the platform is shaking.
And apparently she's
That would-
scared of heights too.
I'm sure her doctor was like, risk. You know what I mean? And so
Well,
like,
you're Rihanna.
let's give it to her for like even doing that and like going that far, because that's pretty far. That's scary. Anyways, moving forward.
I got the last one here. That's gonna segue.
wait, would we click on it?
Oh, I did. You know what? There were so many Rihanna Super Bowl headlines, as you can imagine. That was the one. I'm like, that's a standout one. I'm gonna click on that.
Sick.
You deserve my click. We're gonna segue over as we segue over to the next song. This is our last headline. CNN reports Pharrell Williams will be Louis Vuitton's next men's creative director.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Amazing.
I would click on that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
That's
I
dope.
definitely saw the news. And I was like, it makes sense, but I know there's gonna be a lot of backlash on it.
Yeah, and like I was listening to something. It was TikTok, and like
It's okay. It's okay. You can
but-
reveal your sources.
and the person is a creative director and was talking about just how this opens up what creative directors or people that are creative can do. Pharrell not being, let's say, like classically trained, like people may not see him as like a fashion guy in terms of his like professional training only, but his ability to be able to like shape culture and pretty much make everything amazing, it speaks to Louis Vuitton clearly. So I think like that does open up the doors for folks that just are creative to be able to be in different avenues.
Also, people can do more things. People can do like as we've learned today. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
What? Like
just
right
because
here.
someone's never done it before doesn't mean they won't succeed. Doesn't mean they don't have sick ideas. You know.
Facts.
Yeah, I do appreciate, like, you can say what you want in terms of like their reasons, like, for money and stuff, but the fact that they are tapping into now, like, and recognizing the fact that black creators have been doing this,
Yeah.
from like tapping into Dapper Dan, Supreme, like Tremaine's ahead of that now. Yeah, like all these people that are creative directors or like top of the fashion labels, it makes sense because we are
Yeah.
so influential, right?
Like Pharrell informs fashion for like the past like 20 years. Like if you think about like even the choices he makes with who he presents himself beside what they're wearing, the looks. Like, it's always a full piece. Even his ability to engage Tyler, and Tyler's very open about how Pharrell engages his process and what Tyler has created, both in the area of fashion and in his music and his like creative representation. So I think like, yeah, it's dope that he is who he is. Gotta shout him out. He doesn't, say you hear this, Pharrell, congratulations.
Congrats, man. Yo, big up yourself, bro. Like I actually am.
great.
Yeah, I mean, you did great, kid. No, I'm excited to see the collection though. Like I do want to see how much of like, Pharrell's influences from like hip hop and from his like previous collections leap into like this luxury market. So yeah, I'm excited to see his first collection.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dope. Exciting. Is that the last one?
That's the last one.
Okay, so we will segue into one of my favorite albums by NERD, and the song is Drill Sergeant. This is a tune, and the album was Fly or Die. I didn't tell you the album. I love Fly or Die. Anyways, Drill Sergeant, let's run it.
Drill sergeant, I don't work for you. I'm not going now. I'm a cashier, good with books. I work at the Barnes and Noble store. You must think you're Orson Welles, and this is 1954. You don't understand liberty until someone speaks for you. Shame on you. Sing and serve your country while I'm young. Shame on you. Mixing my mind up, handing me guns. Bye bye, mom and dad and all. Just in case there's failure, I could be blaming you. But I've got something to tell ya. Drill sergeant, I don't work for you. I'm not going now. I'm a cashier, good with books. I work at the Barnes and Noble store. You must think you're Orson Welles, and this is 1954. You don't understand liberty until someone speaks for you. Aim on you. Level their buildings, destroy their soil. Aim on you. Did you finally figure where to run that on? Fuck it, why cry if a man should die when there's probable failure? Or I could just aim at you. But I've got something to tell ya. Drill sergeant, I don't work for you. I'm not going now. I'm a cashier, good with books. I work at the Barnes and Noble store. You must think you're Orson Welles, and this is 1954. You don't understand liberty until someone speaks for you. Maybe there's another way that we could Maybe there's another way that we can Maybe there's another way that we can Maybe there's another way that we could Drill sergeant, I don't work for you. I'm not going now. I'm a cashier, good with books. I work at the Barnes and Noble store. You must think you're Orson Welles, and this is 1954. You don't understand liberty until someone speaks for you.
Yes, sir. Yo, is that safe to say that's probably, aside from Book Club Toronto, one of the best Asian black collabs of all time?
Yeah, well, obviously, like, aside from us,
Yeah.
yeah,
Carib Chinese cuisine.
the best. Yo, Mr. Chin, Scarborough is
Oh
my
my
dish,
days.
okay?
Mr. Ch-
Mr. Chin, the restaurant in Scarborough is my shit.
I'm gonna be honest. I think we're
I
better
love
than Mr. Chin. Like you and I as a collaboration. I think
You
we're
know
better.
what? Yeah.
Culturally.
Culturally. I think more so like we're like the new Mr. Jerk, Mr. Chin, like radio version. You know, but like Mr. Chin always sounds like mad racist, even though it does exist.
I got called Chin in Jamaica. I can't lie. That
It's a
happened.
restaurant.
That
It's a
actually
restaurant. Just to be clear, it's a restaurant. It's a restaurant.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
come for me. Anyways, but yo, what's poppin', bro? How are you doing? What's good with you? Like you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, like, I saw you guys chilling. You were at the car show. Ladies vibing. What was going
man's
on?
looking
Talk
at
about
whips.
it.
I was looking for a new whip, man. That's yeah.
Electric thing or no?
No, I might get a truck. One day. Not soon, but I've been testing on the trucks. And I'm like, oh, this is a big boy thing, man. I could get into it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna go to any rallies or anything like that. I'm just saying a truck could be cool. Yeah.
What
Okay.
kind of truck do you want?
A Nissan Frontier.
Let's go.
Yeah.
A new frontiers for Justin Bayard.
Yes, sir. The
Out
final
here.
Frontier.
Bam.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the perfect segue over into our show, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the Ox God Show. Big up Ox God,
Boom.
the card game.
Big up.
Be sure to go to oxgodgame.com. Put in BCT, letter B, letter C, letter T into the promotion portion of the checkout, and you get 10% off your next discount.
10%? Oh my gosh.
Yes, sir. And I'm not saying anything, but it goes into someone's pocket when you we get an affiliate fee. Or not us. I'm just saying someone gets an affiliate fee. So
Yeah, there's a person that gets bread.
someone.
Yeah.
So help them out.
Yeah. Yo, that
People need
frontier. Help us meet new frontiers. Clearly,
Yeah.
Justin, talk about frontiers. Anyways,
Someone needs a frontier.
let's get into the show, into the
Yes,
Ox
sir.
God show. That was
Okay.
me rapping low key. But look,
I like that.
we're about to let them go head to head. It's gonna be beef in the place. Like I know they just met. It's funny. Like we're like super chill and we're like, this is a fun show for conversation. Then we're like,
Yeah,
okay,
man.
guys, fight in front of us.
Well, I'm very fortunate. Everybody
You know
has
what I
their
mean?
chainmail on. Everybody has their bulletproof vest on top of that.
Boom.
Everybody has face masks on.
Yep.
I think it should be good. You got the mace, right?
The mace.
bear spray?
There's some
Okay.
spears. I think they're like sharp. I think I sharpened them. No. They're sharp. Yeah, they're good. Okay, we're good to go. Let's run it.
Sweet. Okay, so let's get into it. This is Strictly Steel versus Camille Leon.
We just met, guys, and she's lovely. And
I'm also gonna lose. Like this is not even a chat. Like Steel is just gonna win.
I looked at the results and I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, like we went through it before and we were like, this is close. This is close.
It's interesting. I'm gonna
So-
say that. So let's
we're here for a good time.
Look,
we're here
tighten
for a
that
good time.
chainmail. We're about to do this, okay? Tighten the chainmail.
Yeah, we're here for a good time, but not a long time.
Hey.
Okay, so the first card. You like that?
I love it. Yeah, well done.
First card of the first round. Choose a song from the 80s by a male artist, solo or group. We're gonna start with Strictly Steel's selection. You got it queued up?
Yep.
This is All Night Long by Lionel Richie. Oh, my Filipino senses are tingling.
Sing for us. Hey. Whoa. Tune.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like I got Mac Casino Rama, if you guys know what that is.
Yeah, you just stepped in, smelling like I don't even know what, like jupe,
Juke.
or Versace blue jeans,
No.
and a polyester suit, and you're just
That's
like,
what I'm
yeah,
thinking. Yeah. Powder blue.
yeah.
Purple.
About to spend some loonies.
Run the loonies. Cling, cling, cling. Fun fact, Christina Ricci, which is,
Okay,
is
yeah.
that like,
Yes.
yeah, and
It
then they
is.
did the show with Paris Hilton,
Yes.
Christina Ricci.
Yep.
She apparently is good friends with Paris, but they don't really see each other a lot. But she is not friends with anything else with
Lionel Richie?
no, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan, they're not friends, but her and Paris Hilton are friends. Just so you know, in case you were like, we're wondering how.
I always
If I
wondered.
ever needed to
Dynamic.
time travel back to 2003, 4, this is crucial information.
Very crucial, because you can't be out here like, yo, how's Lindsay? She's like, what are you talking about? I don't even like. You know what I mean? That's beef, and then all of a sudden, burn bridges, and there's no like Instagram. You can't like message her later. Anyways, okay.
apparently Nicole Richie actually wears chainmail like every day in case she runs into Paris.
For real? That's
that's what I
crazy.
heard. That's what I
Is it like designer
Or
chainmail?
Lindsay- yeah,
Probably like
like-
something like who would do that? Like what fashion
She
house
got an
would
early
do that?
advance on Pharrell's Louis Vuitton.
She got the first draft.
Yo,
Whoa.
you know the joints that like hood mans would wear, like the Louis Vuitton bulletproof vest. That's
You
not
gotta
real. Like,
stop.
she got one of those.
You gotta stop.
I'm stopping. All right. Okay, so that is All Night Long by Lionel Richie. Great song.
Very good song. Good
Yeah.
pick.
It was a tough pick.
Tough pick, big pick. Camille's pick is it Identity?
Yeah, it's called Identity.
It's called Identity by X-Ray Specs.
Exactly. I'm out here subverting expectations.
Let's do it.
Yo, this is that Tina Bell, no? Oh, it's Paul Cyrus. Okay.
Is it really?
They said by a male artist, and I'm like, no. I'm gonna play a woman artist band from the 80s.
Do that.
And the song is called Identity, and it's a bop.
Yeah, this is the OG punk, right? Is it?
Yes, yeah. One of the pioneers of punk from the UK.
Black
Yeah,
woman. Fire.
black woman.
Okay. Well, we have Adrian here that's gonna be picking the picks.
Yo, she just goes for it. In one
And
breath.
she was 19 when she wrote this
was
album.
19?
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Is there a lot of footage of her performing live? Like, I
There
feel like it
is,
would
yeah.
be fun seeing her live.
That's dope. Yeah, that's fire. Okay.
So what do you got, Adrian?
So because of the card rule of a male artist, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Strictly. But
Boy
this
Drew.
tune is a bops. This is a bops tune though. Cool?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm
Added to
bad,
the
I'm
pair.
bad at following the rules.
And that's okay. I feel like, that's just rules are suggestions really. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Second
So-
card.
Next card.
Play your quote-unquote victory song.
Okay, so we got Strictly's pick, Still
I'm Still
Standing.
Standing by Elton John.
Hey,
Went a bit left with this one, yeah.
come on. This is a tune.
It's a big one.
This is a
It's
bomb.
big one. Yo, I swear Elton John has a crib in Canada now too,
He
no?
does, yeah. I think so.
Might see him in Saga one time, or?
It's somewhere random. I'm like, what? For real? Kingston, Ontario? No, something like that. Yeah.
Somewhere close-ish.
Yeah. Detroit. I think it's Detroit.
Detroit.
Something random. Yeah, I'm like. No, sorry, like Detroit, Michigan, but like close. Yeah. Something. Somewhere random.
What a chorus.
Yo, the version of this for the movie they made, the movie called, what's it called again? The movie about him? That was recent.
Oh, I
I
haven't,
haven't seen it yet.
Anyways, that version is fire.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think they slow it down. It's just good.
This is another one from Stockroom Classics, that retail days.
Hey.
Where did you work? I never asked.
I worked at Sporting Life back in the day.
This is what I was paying at.
Sometimes, yeah.
Wow, okay.
I was at the Gap, and a song called what song was it? I forgot. Anyways, these songs are seared into my mind. Like if I hear it, it's almost
Word
like
for word.
It's almost like something like you're like activated. You have to go and attack or buy
You gotta go fold some t-shirts up or something.
buy some bootcut jeans or something immediately. If you hear you know what I mean. It's intense. Anyways, okay. Thank you. Good selection. We got next.
Bombay Bicycle Club. What if?
Boom. By Chameleon.
So picture the scene where you're listening to this, like you're on your way for a bike ride or something.
No,
or-
I feel invincible when I
Yeah?
hear this song, man. Like I'm pushing pedestrians over while I'm on my bike.
No helmet, no helmets. Helmets always encouraged. Always.
People should be wearing helmets. I don't. I don't follow the rules. This is
Which is a through line here. That's okay. A nice through line's always good. So yeah, if you see her pushing people in the street, she's probably playing the song.
Yeah.
So that's good to
Headphones
know.
Full blast. Do you feel like invincible when you have these songs on? You're like, everyone else is listening to this song, but it's just you. It's your headphones.
dancing. It's
Or
just
is it
me.
one of those the meme where someone's it's like Christian Bale, his straight face, and they're listening to Celine Dion or something. You know what I'm talking about?
No, this song makes me like, it makes me want to stop in the middle of the street and like get on my knees and scream like the chorus at the top of my
Yes.
lungs.
Please do it. Can you please do that one day? And if someone like comes and be like, hey, chill, this is important. And then, okay, no, we have to like, let's orchestrate that. Probably next week, you might see Chameleon live screaming in the streets.
Young and Dundas.
Young and Dundas screaming. Be there or be square, okay? Maybe Tuesday at 2. Anyways, okay. Thank you.
It can be arranged.
Thank you.
You gotta pick, Adrian.
Yeah, I'm going to pick. So Elton John took that. It's 2-zip, and it's okay.
I'm telling you, I knew I wasn't.
Elton John had to take that one. But it's it's just the I'm still standing. I was like, I felt like, yeah, I am still standing. I'm okay. So yeah, we have to do that. But obviously,
Big
great,
selection, though. Big
great
selection.
choice. Let's keep moving.
Play a song by an artist who also acts. That's in movie or TV. Strictly has Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy.
Boom.
Okay.
I actually didn't know this was Eddie Murphy for the longest time until I saw the video. I'm like, oh, Eddie, this is you?
I feel like it was either that reaction or when they saw it was Eddie Murphy, they didn't want to listen to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm
'cause
like,
they were like,
this
this is
guy
gonna
can't
be
sing.
bad.
And then when
yeah.
I heard, I'm like, oh, you can actually sing. He's also got some like B-sides, some like little reggae renditions.
What? Really?
Nah, that's good. Not as good. Not as good.
I mean, I wasn't born in the 80s, but I do believe Eddie Murphy was like at the peak game.
Like Red Leather, Eddie Murphy.
Red
Is it
Beverly
that
Hills
guy?
Cop,
Beverly Hills Cop,
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
was
Murphy Raw, like his stand
out
up.
here. Yeah, that was great. Those movies were great, by the way. I love those movies.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Wait.
What's up?
Are we allowed to play songs with swear words on the radio?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We got it.
Oh, the next one's the ignorant one. Is that what you're
Oh, is
saying?
it?
Okay,
Okay.
I'm here for it.
Oh yes.
I'm here for it.
Yes. Be advised.
Put the kid to bed.
Chameleon has the tunes and the words for you with her tune Alice by Amandla Steinberg, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's opening lines.
Excuse me?
Listen. She played Rue in Hunger Games. She is my hero. And she just got casted for the new Star Wars movie that's going to be coming out.
So you do follow rules.
Do I? Oh, because she's an actress? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's got swear word.
Nah, you're good.
You're good. It's chill. I like this song a lot.
It's hard.
This is tough.
She actually made this song. She was just ripping around on the set of a movie she was in called Bodies.
Yeah.
I wrote this song on set while filming that.
Oh, really, eh? Yeah, that movie is actually sick, which is why I'm going to give this round to Chameleon. Alice wins this
on the
round.
board, on the board.
It's 2-1 on the boards. The movie and song and the actor is dope. Is just
And the opening lines also.
trifecta.
Very hard. Yeah.
And the
yeah,
opening
yeah.
line is engaging.
Yes, very engaging.
You're like, I'm intrigued.
Pulls you in.
Tell me more.
All right, next one. What's popping?
Play a club banger. This is Strictly Steel. Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
Hey, Lady Gaga. Did y'all see that Lady Gaga thing with the concert she was at?
No.
No, what happened?
Yeah, just go watch that. I didn't want to
Okay.
even. Lady Gaga new concert.
Was
Watch
it
it.
raunchy or what?
It's
What
a
are you-
little. Someone like threw up. It's a
Oh.
whole thing. There's stroke involved. Just go watch it, or don't. Just know that it exists and think about,
Life.
the Lord, or something, or something. Hey,
I definitely want to see Lady Gaga live. Like, I feel like she'd be so good.
yeah. I
It'd be,
think.
it'd be a sight for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole show.
When this came out, I think I was in like first year university or something, and it was like the song. Okay, like it was.
Yeah. You already know the setting. I can picture it. Just-
Right? It was intense.
But guys, imagine being in 7th grade.
Yes.
Uh.
yes. That's jokes.
Yeah, what was your perspective when this came out? It was like, wow, she's different.
I was like, this is cool.
little art scene girl, you know?
Doing her thing. Okay, next tune.
Wow, this is a good one. For this card, this is No Games by Serrani.
Wow,
Crazy.
big one, big one, big one.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Honorary Jamaican shout out, you know?
Right? This is a tune, right?
This is a tune.
Pull up.
Everyone knows the words to this one.
Just in case.
A wedding song, everything, every fun.
It like plays all the time.
Yeah,
For all contexts.
yeah.
I definitely played this yesterday for sure.
Did you actually?
I probably did, and I like did one of those games. Like
Oh, you did a fade dot,
those
yeah.
ones? Yeah.
Yeah, so this is straightforward. Serrani's gonna take this one.
Yeah.
It's 2-2. We're timed up.
Nah.
We're tied up.
2-2.
Oh,
Tie
it's
up,
tied.
tie up,
Okay.
tie up,
Respect,
tie up.
respect, respect.
Big tune, big tune.
Okay.
So this is our last card, right?
This is the last card.
Okay,
I forgot
so-
what this one was.
I'm okay without a tiebreaker.
There's no tiebreaker.
No, yeah, we can just wear the crown together.
Exactly. Sharing is
I mean, you
caring.
can split it like in Mean Girls. You know, just like, hey, you get a piece, you get a piece. We can do that. But there's gonna be a fifth round to even it. To
Yeah.
There's one.
This is the last round. This is one more round.
Oh,
This will call it call the king.
I forgot what I even submitted.
You submitted something.
You submitted something.
Yeah, you submitted something.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is play something relatively new in the last 12 months. All right.
I forgot I picked for this one. Surprise us, DJ.
Strictly, you picked About Damn Time by Lizzo.
Oh, okay.
I really like
Yeah.
this song. It's actually a really good song.
Is that bitch o'clock? Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it is.
Opening line, hit some.
Yo,
Right now. Go home.
I'm all here for sick opening lines. That was another hard one.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like an essay. They tell you to write the first sentence like
Yeah.
really, really good. The first line has to be amazing.
This was a tough category, but like recently I have got like a lot of pop songs on my pop list, like Dua Lipa, Bear Spins.
So good. I
Oh,
love
yeah,
her.
she's hard.
I
Yeah,
love her.
Doja Cat. Would you consider Doja pop? I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Doja. She's super eclectic.
Yes.
I do like this song a lot though. Like that disco feel.
Yeah.
It fits well.
All right.
Okay, so this is the last song. This is gonna determine who wins it.
This is it right here.
This
This is the
is
determiner.
Camille's pick, Hade by Sanjay.
Oh, Sander. They're
Sandre.
they're a punk band from Spain. It's definitely not pop.
Make it pop. This is pop. We can make it popular,
We
right?
can make it pop. It's popular somewhere.
I know I'm big on listening to like songs that are not in English.
I personally would listen to this over Lizzo, but you know, Lizzo's like really popular, so.
So it's a popularity contest in this case.
Yeah, I'd even know.
It might be.
Because I'm not like, look, I think Lizzo's amazing. I just like don't play it. I feel like the radio, it feels
just
like
there.
I'm gonna hear it. I
Yeah,
just know I'm
yeah,
gonna
you
hear
just
Lizzo
know,
at some
yeah.
point. And I like knew what the song was, but I didn't know the name of the song. I'm like, well, I know this because it plays
Yeah,
at like,
yeah.
you know,
You hear
put-
it everywhere, commercials,
right?
radio. yeah.
Uniqlo. You probably Lizzo's
Yeah.
on Uniqlo right now. Someone's buying like a blank T-shirt, hearing Lizzo right now.
Someone's doing stock and
That's
definitely
so
listening to Lizzo.
specific.
You know what I mean? You know. Anyways, okay. Do I gotta pick this?
You gotta pick it.
I'm pretty torn. I'm very torn. I'm not sure if I should go technical, where the rules are the rules, or like what do I like more. You know what? I'll have to hit Lizzo. Got a Grammy for that song too, I think.
Oh, did
Lizzo,
she?
I think so. For this album, Lizzo is the winner.
Hey.
Hey, Strictly Steel took
Lizzo.
that. Congratulations, my
You
friend.
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it like the
Swag.
Gram, not Kanye style, and like take away the award from us. I'm gonna share my award with you.
Hey, sharing is
Yeah,
caring on
share.
BCT.
No, I got put onto some songs also. So yes, we won.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Yes.
Look
We
at
won.
that.
That's beautiful. beautiful.
Look at
We
see what
the
are
show
the
does?
champions.
the show brings people together. Book Club Toronto.
I love that.
Okay,
Love that.
so we got one more segment.
Yeah, congratulations, guys, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
you.
Congrats for both of you winning.
Twinning.
Winning and twinning. As we're playing, we'll play some Lenny in the background.
Yeah.
And we'll get into
The United Dance Showcase, which has I'm very I really appreciate that they had reached out to have us and offer us some tickets that you can win.
Yes.
that right?
Yes. Okay, so actually the truth is we just got tickets, bless, but there is a giveaway I think that might be still available. But if the giveaway is not available, irregardless,
Yes.
if you are not doing anything this Saturday, I highly recommend you pull up to the United Dance Showcase on February 25th at the Phoenix Theater, 410 Sherbourne Street at 8:30. Doors open at 7. Kiana Smith, which is a decorated dancer, like she's worked with Drake, Rihanna, as well as Disney, is the founder of this showcase and is putting on an amazing show, and she knows what she's doing clearly with that resume. So I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that you pull up to that event and go see some dancing. We got like 70 different dancers, 14 choreographers. We got hip hop, Afro, tap, locking, jazz, contemporary, Bollywood, beer things, just beer dancing, Aguan, beer dancing. Also, after there'll be an after party until 2 a.m. so you can watch dancing and then shake your own leg.
Okay.
Oh my God, what an amazing thing! So yeah, we strongly strongly recommend you pull up. I'm gonna be there dancing and watching. It's gonna be good.
Are they gonna play Lizzo?
They might play Lizzo. I have a feeling someone's gonna play Lizzo at some point. I have a feeling.
You're gonna dance too?
What do you mean? I'm be dancers.
Okay.
Dancers.
Nice,
We be
he's
dancing.
nice.
Yeah, nice with it, with a
Dancers.
flag and everything, waving it and all.
You don't know wave flag, Batman pull up, forward pull,
You guys
side
don't
pull,
even know.
everything pull up.
That's how we met. We met dancing. We were out on the
Yes.
streets.
For
real?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
God,
actually how.
okay.
That's so funny. In the streets. Okay. Yes. Justin.
Yes.
We have more events to talk about. Can you please run
Yes,
down the
sir.
events that we got?
Before I run through this very quickly, do you guys have any places that you guys want to plug real quick? Where you're gonna be next? Where to tune in? We'll start with Camille. Your weekly, every Monday.
Oh yeah. Stage Fright residency every last Monday of the month.
Nice.
Yeah, come see some new emerging bands in the city. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any shows coming up apart from my radio show. Tune in this Saturday, 12 o'clock. But yes, go and check out Camille, man. Yes, go.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. Okay,
Thank
we got
you.
a quick short list right here. This is how we're gonna end the show. Mavi and Cadence Weapon at Horseshoe Tavern, February 20. SZA at Scotiabank Arena, February 25. Paul Chin at Drake Hotel, February 25 as well. Roy Davis Jr., DJ Yogi, and DJ Jane New Funk at Revival, March 4th. Yeet is at History, March 5. Ari Lennox at History at March 7. Meet Me at the Altar at Velvet Underground, March 7. Shout out Camille. Sham Family at the Monarch Tavern, March 9. JID and Smino at History, March 13th and the 15th. And on the 14th, they have Emotional Oranges at History. And lastly, we have Ray at Velvet Underground, March 17th. That concludes our show.
Yep.
Agent, do you have anything to say very quickly?
Have an amazing week and an amazing family day tomorrow. Take some time to
Yes.
rest, see your family, see your friends that are family, chill with yourself, write the word family on a piece of paper, eat some food, do whatever you need to do, but enjoy your day. Okay, y'all? Bless, bless, bless.
That's it. Tune in next month. We're gonna be here same time, same part of the month, I guess. Book Club Toronto on the Q&A show. ISO Radio at Stack Market. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.
Yeah.